It is 8:30 a.m. in Athens, 7:30 a.m. in Transylvania, Louisiana, 6:30 a.m. in Spook City, Colorado, and 5:30 a.m. in Tombstone, Arizona.
Hi, I'm Kalli.
I'm Dillon.
And there's a ghost in the studio.
I'm scared.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to episode 3 of Studio 595. We are so excited to be back in the studio as always. Thank you for tuning in and listening to us. Today, we're going to have a little bit of a spooktacular episode. There's a little bit of scary stuff going on in the studio today. There's a ghost haunting us. And the first thing we're going to do today is just kind of hop into something that we've done in our first episode of Studio 595, Hot Takes, but with a little Halloween twist on it. So, yeah.
All right, so my hot take is that Halloween needs a feast like Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah, it does. Oh my God. But like, what would you eat at a Halloween feast?
I don't know. I'll get you back to you on that one.
I was thinking roast beef. Don't ask me why. It's just what came to mind.
Yeah.
Just fits. Oh, my hot take is that I actually enjoyed the Halloween during like quarantine back when COVID was at its peak because people were giving out bags of candy, like your own personal bag filled with like 6 pieces of candy each. And if you do the math, it is way more than taking 1 or 2 pieces from each house. And so I ended up with a ton of candy that Halloween, and I loved it. Now, being in quarantine, not the most fun, but the Halloween was definitely a highlight, and I think that it was pretty great. People should do bags of candy more often.
Indeed.
Sorry, guys, this is producer Alex. I was just fighting off the ghost that was apparently in the studio this morning. Kalli, how are we doing?
Oh my God, I'm good, but your whole action is giving Ghostbusters.
I don't know what that means.
Kalli, what are you saying?
It's giving Ghostbusters. Like, you know, like it's giving.
What does that mean?
So we're going to be doing a new segment today. We're just going to be explaining some slang words to good old producer Alex. Since we are in a different like generation than him, a lot of the time I will say things, not necessarily Dylan will say things, but we'll all say things, and he will have no idea what I'm saying. So we thought that this would be kind of a funny little exercise.
Lit. Adjective. It's lit. Lit means it's a cool thing.
It's giving. Verb. It's giving baddie. It's giving is used to describe when something is giving certain vibes, giving a certain energy.
Touch grass. Verb. You've been on the internet too much. You need to go touch grass. Basically just saying for someone to go outside and experience reality.
Girl boss. Noun. Or a verb, because you can be girl bossing. Dang, producer Alex, you're really girl bossing today. Girl boss is used to say when somebody is doing everything they need to do, and they are on top of their game. You do not have to be a girl to be a girl boss. You can be a boy and a girl boss. You can be a they and a girl boss.
CEO of is a saying. I am the CEO of hating cars. CEO of means that basically you're associated with doing a certain thing.
Slay or serve. Verb. Slay, mama. Slay is used to say when somebody is absolutely killing it. They are doing so good. They look so good. They are on fleek, if you will.
Cap. Verb. I'm actually suffering right now. No cap. Basically means lying. So if you say no cap, that means you aren't lying.
Chuggy. Adjective. Those low-rise jeans are so chuggy. It basically means when something is like out of style, but not in a way that it's like retro and vintage, in a way that it's kind of tacky. Not to say low-rise jeans are tacky always. They can be pulled off, but the idea of them is chuggy. Now that we're done explaining little kid words to a big kid, we are going to jump into our update segment. Yes, producer Alex, slay!
I don't know how to feel about that, Kalli, but we will move on to this week's can't miss minutes. Tomorrow marks the first of 6 planned town halls for new superintendent Dr. Robbie Hooker, with tomorrow's evening town hall taking place from 6 to 7 p.m. at Clark Central High School at 350 South Millage Avenue in Athens. The next town hall will take place November 7th at 200 Satella Lane in the Nellie B neighborhood. For the full list of town hall meetings, please check out the CCSD Facebook page or the CCSD website. In recognition of National School Bus Safety Week last week, the CCSD Transportation Department held a bus safety poster competition for elementary school students to participate in. CCSD bus drivers voted Barrow Elementary 5th grader Micah Sweeze's poster as the winner, with Chase Street Elementary 3rd grader Lola Hayden's poster as runner-up. The local contest was part of the Georgia Association of Pupil Transportation 2022-23 Safely Rolling to My Destination Bus Safety Poster Contest. Micah and Lola will now represent CCSD in the statewide competition in the grades 3 through 5 division. Coyle Middle FFA members recently traveled to the Georgia National Fair in Perry, where 10 students competed in the Agri-Science Research Mini Booth, Floral Design Exhibit, Junior Floriculture ID, Junior Nursery Landscape ID, and Junior Floral Design Contest. Sylvia Bridian and Katie Smith won first place in their Agri-Science Research Mini Booth category, while Brooklyn Hanson, Emmy Adams, Jesus Lenon Guzman, Kylie Barr, and Pasha Kennedy all won third place awards for their floral design exhibits. Hanson and Adams were given 30 minutes to prepare a floral design that fit the fair theme, Bohemian Bonanza. The students' arrangements were required to stay within a $25 to $50 total budget, which students proved by submitting a price list of items based on industry costs. Students used concepts of floral design such as balance, line, rhythm, and color to be successful in this event. The students were trained by Chastity Hopkins, Coyle's FFA faculty advisor. And finally, one big piece of upcoming news, the Clark Middle Health Center's grand opening will be happening on Thursday, November 10th, 2022, providing a great option for those in the CMS community. Best of luck to all the personnel and new patients that will take part in this incredible community resource. Now let's turn it over to Kalli and Dillon for some pop culture updates.
Now for something actually important. BTS is doing required military service in Korea right now. Pretty crazy that is something that they have to do, but they will be taking a basically 5-year hiatus off of music in order to do their required military service. Bridgerton is getting a spin-off series along with a confirmed 3rd season of the Bridgerton show. It is about the Queen. If you've watched the show, you know who I'm talking about.
Netflix has announced that they will be releasing a new tier of their subscription service with ads at a cheaper price. And development for The Sims 5 has been announced. I don't play The Sims, but it is a cool thing that they're moving on from 4.
I will say, though, that it has been said that game will not be out for many, many years to come. But yeah.
And now for some local news, as a documentary feature film about the Elephant Six Recording Company and collective bands from the 90s from Athens will be screening at its worldwide premiere in New York City November 10th and November 15th. It will also be playing at the Denver Film Festival on November 11th and 12th, as well as Sound Unseen in Minneapolis, Minnesota on November 12th. It'll also be streaming from November 11th to November 27th, streaming in the US only. And the bands included in this fun little documentary include classics from the Athens scene in the 90s, including the Olivia Tremor Control, the Apples in Studio, Neutral Milk Hotel, Elf Power, the Music Tapes, the Minders, the Gerbils of Montreal, Dressy Bessie, Great Lakes, and more. So that will be very fun to watch. I'm actually really interested in the Neutral Milk Hotel section because I'm a big fan of Jeff Mangum.
Now for a super duper fun segment, which is about to be introduced by producer Alex. But we are doing a very fun game of Halloween March Madness. Producer Alex, take it away.
Indeed, dentists beware. We will be pitting 16 different candies. Each winner will go on to the next round. We will do this March Madness style, which means a bracket of 16. and we have actually divided it into 2 different divisions, the chocolate division and the non-chocolate division.
Yay!
And so, before we start, I wanted to give some honorable mentions to some entries that were not included, including Airheads, Hershey's bars in general, in terms of just the standard Hershey's bar, Milky Way, Swedish Fish, Butterfinger, Whoppers, the little strawberry candy with the little red design with the green tip. You know the one. Pop Rocks, the grandma candies, Pop Rocks, candy corn, and hot tamales. And now we go into the first round in the chocolate division. The 1 seed Reese's peanut butter cups against 3 Musketeers. Each of our hosts will have 1 vote. I will be playing the tiebreaker and discuss.
Okay, this is a hard one, but I'm going to say Reese's.
It's easy for me. I'm going to say Reese's too. It's good. It was so good. That little peanut butter moment in the middle.
All right, the 4 seed M&M's against the 5 seed Kit Kat.
Ooh. I can't stand M&M's.
Yeah, I was going to go with Kit Kat.
M&M's are mid. Oh, the light just went on.
Yeah, no, I'll take
There is a ghost in the studio. M&M's are so mid because they're like, they don't taste. Y'all ever had Sixlets before?
No?
The little candy that comes in the wrapper. It's got little balls of like chocolate. Okay, well that's what they taste like to me, and it's bad. And everyone's like, M&M's. I will say, the exclusive flavors, like the mint ones, are really good, and like the peanut butter ones are really good. The fudge brownie ones are nice, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about normal M&M's, and they're bad. So I'm going Kit Kat.
Moving on, we have the number 3 seed Snickers taking on the number 6 seed Twix.
Twix. 100% Twix.
I agree, Twix. I feel like this is too easy. Too easy. Twix is iconic.
Yeah. Why are we agreeing on all of these?
That little caramel crunch. It's just so yummy.
And now, perhaps a contentious pick, the 2 seed Tootsie Rolls against 7 seed Nestle Crunch.
Crunch.
Yeah, crunch. I don't like Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah.
Never mind. And now we will go on to the non-chocolate bracket. Maybe we will have a bit more of a contentious discussion with our number 1 seed matchup, Starburst, against the number 8 seed Smarties.
Starburst.
I have to
all
go
the way.
Smarties on this one.
How?
Because I can't stand Starburst. Smarties are like super fun. They have a little wrapper. It's a better experience altogether. And they're just good. Kind of tangy, sour.
So this is the first time I will be playing the tiebreaker. And Kalli, I have one thing to say. Have you ever opened up a pack of Starburst and had one of those fall out? Perhaps not. If you open a pack of Smarties, I think you will lose about 20% of your Smarties because they slip out. And so, unfortunately for Kalli, I will have to side with Dillon in this one and vote for the number 1 seed Starburst.
No!
And now we move on to the 4-5 battle between Skittles and Laffy Taffy.
I'm going to go with Skittles on this one. I like the flavors of Laffy Taffy, but they're just a pain to open.
I really, really dislike Skittles. I really don't like them. And I don't know why. I've tried to like them. I will say the Skittles Orchards are okay, but I think it's just a overall texture thing for me. I'm not into the chewy texture. I will say Laffy Taffy, the strawberry one, it's amazing. It's so good. It's like you can eat a Laffy Taffy and you're just like, that is a solid. There's a reason why it's been around for so long. Okay, it's good.
And another contentious battle here as I have to play tiebreaker. As much as I dislike Laffy Taffy for constantly getting stuck in my teeth once I eat one, because I know that once I start Laffy Taffy, I won't be able to finish it until about 20 minutes later, I will have to side with it and eliminate Skittles from the tournament. I feel like there are better alternatives for Skittles, say the number 1 seed Starburst. There are certain types of Skittles that I enjoy, but not your standard Skittles. I would be okay with it, but I wouldn't like write home about getting Skittles. Now I wouldn't write to anyone about getting Skittles or any other candies, but still. We move on to the number 3 seed, Gummy Bears / Gummy Worms I did put these together because they are essentially the same. It's just a matter of the shape. And the number 6 seed, Nerds.
Okay,
I don't
so
know.
for gummy bears, Haribo bears are just like way too solid, but other brands like yeah, they're really good. I will take those any day over Nerds.
I like Nerds. I like Nerds. I can't. My brother's a huge gummy bear person. Shout out to you, Joe. I'll like always get him a bag when I go to the store. Maybe I've just had too many of them at this point, but I just feel like they lack a lot of flavor. They just kind of taste like gelatin, which isn't a bad thing per se, but I'd rather just eat Jello.
Now, as a tiebreaker here, I do have to consider all the options in terms of all 2 options that we have. I think gummy bears alone perhaps doesn't win it for me. Gummy worms is a different story, funny enough, because it's just it's sort of satisfying to just like bite off a little piece of a gummy worm.
I almost wish gummy worms were softer.
And the thing is, I'm also a fan of Nerds as well. Like, I love both of these. But unfortunately, I will have to go with gummy worms. Nerds. And so we go to the last first round battle in the non-chocolate section. Could we perhaps gain consensus on this one? The number 2 seed Jolly Ranchers against the number 7 seed Sour Patch Kids.
Though I am eating Sour Patch watermelons at this very moment, I have to say Jolly Ranchers, they take it home for me. There is nothing more special than getting a Jolly Rancher from an educator, from a parent, or just being gifted one while trick-or-treating that makes you feel better. That little pocket of flavor is just everything you need to make your day better. I'm going Jolly Rancher.
Jolly Ranchers last longer. Instant win.
And so we go on to the quarterfinals, and in the semifinals for the chocolate bracket, we have the number 1 seed returning Reese's Peanut Butter Cups against Kit Kat.
Reese's.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Reese's.
They're just a better, more satiating candy overall, I think. A Kit Kat leaves me wanting more, which isn't a bad thing, but I have to eat more to get the same result that I'm going to get from eating one Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Now, in the other matchup, number 6, Twix versus number 7, Crunch.
Oh my god, an actual hard one.
I think Twix is better, but they're both really good. I love a good Crunch bar. I love to crunch all day.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna let the tiebreaker decide because I'm going Crunch.
Yeah. Okay, Alex. What do you think?
So you said Twix?
Yeah, I said Twix.
I do appreciate both. I will say both have a very satisfying bite to them.
So true.
Because you'll bite into a Crunch bar, you get like the little tiny bits of nuts and whatnot.
No, it's puffed rice.
Puffed rice rather, and it's really good. It feels satisfying. You know, it's one of those bars that you don't mind breaking off, and it's not even because it's just like this.
But
is just
here's
so
a question for you, Alex: is a Crunch bar is the chocolate as good as the chocolate in a Twix bar?
Absolutely not. For this matchup, I will have to side with Twix.
Yes.
Now into the semifinals of the non-chocolate division. Number 1, Starburst, and number 5, Laffy Taffy.
I'm going Starburst on this one.
Laffy Taffy for sure. I can't. I still don't.
Oh my
I don't like
God.
Starburst. I've only had them like 3 times in my whole life, and every time I eat them, I think they're gonna be better, and they never are.
See, the thing is that I'm choosing between one being stuck in my teeth for about 5 minutes and one being stuck in my teeth for 20. And also, I feel like there's just more variety in Starburst. They have more but less variety because they have like the favorites, which is like just pink and red Starburst. You eliminate half of the original flavors. The tropical ones, fantastic. Overall, I think though, as much as I love like any Wonka stuff, I do have to choose Starburst for the representative.
Whatever.
For one of the finalists in the non-chocolate division. And now we get into the number 3 versus the number 2. This is Gummy Bears / Gummy Worms against Jolly Ranchers.
Okay. I'll let Callie start with this one.
Okay. I think for all points previously said last time I discussed Jolly Ranchers, it's just better for me. Man, I can't tell you why. It's so good to win a Jolly Rancher in a classroom setting. But that experience is toppling over every other candy right now for me. So I just have to say Jolly Ranchers, personally.
I'm going to say scarfing down an entire bag of gummy bears is like the best thing ever. So I'm going to go with gummy bears.
You're problematic, Dylan.
Yes, I am.
You're problematic.
Yes, I am.
And so we have another tough decision to make in which I have to be the tiebreaker. I love both. And as bad as it is for, like I said in the beginning, dentist beware. The worst case scenario that you can have is eating a whole bag of Jolly Ranchers because, boy, the sugary rush of that is unmatched.
You don't like pure blocks of sugar?
And so with that, I will still make the controversial decision. I will choose Jolly Ranchers to move on to the next round.
Yes!
And so moving on to the chocolate final. Number 1, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, who has had zero conflict in getting this far into the tournament against Twix.
I gotta go Reese's.
Yeah, wasn't there an 8-year-old who stole his mom's car to get Reese's?
That's how I feel right now. I gotta go Reese's. We have a bag of Reese's in front of us to put some context into the situation. Maybe it's because we've eaten them today and we haven't eaten Twix today. Like maybe that would change our minds. But they're really good. And they're just peanut buttery, chocolatey, in a little cup, in a little pocket. The unwrapping sensation is like absolutely amazing. You have the tinfoil layer and then you have like the paper layer. I have to say, Reese's.
The reason why I put Reese's as number 1 is that I think by consensus, in terms of chocolate rankings that I've seen for Halloween candy, Reese's has always been number 1 or
number 1 in our hearts.
Very close to being number 1. And so it's no surprise that it is in the grand final for best Halloween candy. And now we have to decide the other finalist. Number 1 in the non-chocolate division, Starburst, versus number 2 in the non-chocolate division, Jolly Ranchers.
This is so easy. Jolly Ranchers. This is the
Jolly
easiest
Ranchers.
choice ever. Yep. Jolly Ranchers are so good. Now choosing between Reese's and Jolly Ranchers, that's difficult. But Jolly Ranchers, they win this for me.
Yeah, I think even if it would have gone to a tiebreaker round, I would have chosen Jolly Ranchers as well. And now for the grand finale. Number 1 in the chocolate division, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. In the grand final as well, number 2 in the non-chocolate division, Jolly Ranchers. And now the discussion for champion begins. Have at it.
Here's the thing. You get a pack of Reese's. You're happy. You're set. You get a pack of Jolly Ranchers. You have a bag of sugar blocks in your possession. You can eat a whole pack of those little unwrapped Reese's in one night. Can you eat a whole bag of those Jolly Ranchers without having some serious like mouth hurty situation going on? Not necessarily your teeth, but like, you know how after you eat something sour for a long time, like your mouth gets kind of sore.
Yeah.
I think Reese's it's more satiating, which like I've said before, you can eat more of it at one time. And also it's just good. It's just smooth. I have to say Reese's, I think I have to say Reese's in my good conscience.
Yeah, that 8-year-old I mentioned before, he was actually a 4-year-old who stole a car for Reese's. So yeah, even more reason for Reese's to win this.
I just think that they're so deserving. The highest regards to Jolly Ranchers, though. I'll pick up either of these candies any day of the week if I'm given it. But I have to say Reese's is just, it knocks the candy game out of the park. I think Reese's is deserving of the crown.
And so we have the sweet crown winner and possibly future sponsor partner for
Please?
Studio 595, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Sponsor us, Hershey's.
And so now we go and advocate this for to give out as prizes in the classroom or
yes,
as a good deed, One day you may get a question right in class, got a Jolly Rancher. Next day, different question, different treat, Reese's peanut butter cup. It's a win-win situation.
I just have to say, if you have a friend who's down, go bring him a Reese's peanut butter cup. Unless they have a peanut allergy, then don't do that. If they have a peanut allergy, bring them a Jolly Rancher. But I just think it's so nice, and they're a fun treat. So pick them up on Halloween. Not sponsored. Again, this definitely sounds sponsored, but I swear it's not. Yeah.
And so we cap off this by celebrating an incredible amount of sweet treats that are enjoyable. However, now we will have a quick discussion with a featured guest later for worst Halloween candy. And I have written here a couple of infamous treats. And of course, some people like these, some people don't. But often listed on the worst treats to get for Halloween online, at least, we have notorious members of this list: candy corn, Double Bubble, Necco wafers, black licorice, Mary Jane the peanut and molasses candy, and Twizzlers, and a special guest, as I mentioned, circus peanuts, live in studio, because neither Kalli nor Dillon has had a circus peanut before.
Ever.
But before we start, I want both of you to give your takes as to what brings your Halloween evening down when you go trick-or-treating and you receive one of these treats in your bucket.
I would like to first start by saying, whoever said that candy corn and Double Bubble are bad candies, not to be that person, but you need to change your mind. They're so good. Candy corn is good, and Double Bubble is just bubble gum. So I don't really know what's going on in your little mind, but rethink your choices.
All right, I agree with most of these. I actually haven't experienced receiving Necco wafers, but Twizzlers being on here, I was kind of surprised because I actually enjoy Twizzlers.
Yeah, I enjoy Twizzlers too. But in terms of worst candy, I don't like those little orange and black candies that they give you. I don't know what they are. I also don't like getting jelly beans. Getting jelly beans on Halloween feels wrong. Not to yuck anybody's yum, but jelly beans are just not it for me. And that would have to. And then also, just anybody who gives out like random objects on Halloween instead of giving out candy, that also just bothers me. Like, why am I getting an apple right now? Why is there a toothbrush in my bag? Why did you just hand me stickers? I didn't ask for this. Thanks, but I didn't ask for it.
I mentioned Mary Jane's because I was talking with Dillon prior to the recording of this episode. You know, I mentioned before having snacks, stuck in your teeth for 20 minutes. I feel like I could eat a Mary Jane today and still have it in my teeth for Thanksgiving. Not to diss on Mary Jane's. I think in terms of flavor, they are pretty good. I mean, molasses candies have that sort of unique taste to them that are pretty good. You add peanut into that, it's a nice treat. The only thing is it's very, very sticky because, of course, it has molasses. And so now, without further ado, we will have Kalli and Dillon have a taste of circus peanuts.
Never before have we had circus peanuts.
Now, we could have a new favorite treat, or we could have a least favorite treat. But I want to best describe this for the fans back at home and in the classroom. I want both of you to rate these from 1 to 10.
Okay.
I have been informed that they are banana and orange flavored.
They are marshmallows with orange and banana flavoring.
Which,
yes.
That concerns me. I don't like bananas on their own. I'm very scared.
And so here we go. I will hand you both one circus peanut for you to try. I know that this sounds like a horror story on Halloween, but I honestly wanted to give these two a treat that I saw on the worst list that neither of them have had before.
I will say, he brought us so many amazing good candies, so he's not actually torturing us. We have Reese's and Lifesaver gummies, and but we're very nervous to try these little peanut situations.
And here we are with all three of us, really, having a circus peanut in our hands. And Kelly is already not liking the texture of it. Now
That is way harder.
It's way too hard.
Yeah, they're marshmallows.
and so now I will pass this mic over to Dylan, so that both of you can get a quick whiff before you take a quick bite.
Very muted smell. It's like a stale piece of bread if you like rubbed an orange peel on it earlier in the day. Okay, we have smelled it. I'm not excited. I can't even.
And so predictions, just off of feeling it and smell, in terms of 1 to 10, how are you expecting this to go?
I feel like I'm gonna rate it like a 5. I think it's not gonna be that bad.
Yeah, I hope it's not that bad.
So here we go.
I feel like I'm gonna
3, 2, 1.
That's definitely a flavor.
No, it's getting worse.
You say it's a marshmallow, but it dissolves like cotton candy?
Yeah. It's not the orange and banana flavor that really is getting me. It is like, there's an aftertaste that I really don't like. I didn't like how when I bit into it, it was really hard to get my teeth through.
It's just bad.
And so we have all collectively had our own circus peanuts. I think the moral of this story...
The real circus peanut is the friends we made along the way.
Yes, the real circus peanut are the friends that we made along the way. And so after that, after predictions that it would be a 5 out of 10, how would you rate this? And would you rate it worse than some of the candies that were on the worst candies list?
I'm going to rate it
This is a 1.
It's a 2 for me. I think I've had worse. I can't think of anything right now that is worse, but I think I've had it. I just don't get it. I don't like it's the aftertaste. If it was just a marshmallow that was banana and orange flavored, you'd be like, yeah, this is good. But it's just not that. I don't know what it is. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to us talk about all things candy and Halloween. We hope you have a super spooktacular day. Go trick-or-treating, but please be safe. This is still Kalli.
This is still Dylan.
And even after the circus peanuts, this is Studio 595.